Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check. Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Hey,
Hey,
guys. Oh my god, we seriously just looked at each other like,
What are you supposed to say?
hey guys, welcome back to our podcast.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
How you guys doing? It's another beautiful day in the dry Nairobi savannah.
Wow, this heat is going to kill me.
We can call it the dry savannah right now and no one tell me any different. I know you guys agree with me.
Yeah, but by the way, this hair though,
Ish.
what like
And
today
some-
I think I just need to dehydrate.
Some people-
do I need to hydrate? I mean, I need to hydrate, not
Yeah.
to dehydrate.
It's fine. You see, this is what the heat does to you. I don't think we'll ever stop
Confusion
complaining
galore.
about this. Yeah. Like we even have to, I have to come to school. Najua wewe ushamaliza. I still have to come to school, beat the traffic, the smoke, everything, to come back and sit down for 3 hours in the searing heat listening to
A lecture.
a lecturer talking.
Yep.
You know, it's better moving around in the heat than just sitting down in a class. Kusoma.
What? I think I'd prefer sitting down than walking in
Ah,
this heat.
but
Imagine walking in this heat, like you're sweating like a cow.
But there are several people in that class. There are several people breathing the same air as you, yeah, and exhaling carbon dioxide.
So you'd rather walk outside
I'd
when
rather-
there's congestion,
As
matatus
Okay.
everywhere,
but
carbon monoxide. Okay, carbon monoxide from
but
where?
there's still wind. You know, we are inside a building. Hata kama ufungwe the windows how wide, it will still be hot. It will still be hot.
Hey, but this humid, hey, it's even worse than coast,
It's
man.
at least coast ikona a bit of water dampness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could live in water.
You could go dive in the ocean whenever you wanted.
Yeah,
May right
true,
what
true.
coast.
So
Today we're actually going to talk about college. Is it worth it? That's the question for today. Is college really worth going to, sitting down like I said for 3 hours? Some people sit
3
even for
hours
more
for
than
4 years.
yes. Some people even sit for more than 3 hours, which is illegal. We should be paid now to sit down in that class and listen to someone talking non-stop and for doing those assignments. You don't agree with me? I see that face. Okay, tell me why.
No. My issue is not sitting down in class. My issue is what happens after that class. So where will you take this degree? You know, you've sat in class for 3 hours for
Yeah.
4 years. You've tried so much. Umetoka na ka second apa yako, and you're thinking, oh wow, now let me dive into this job industry and let's see where this takes us.
You know, yeah, today I agree with that. Somehow. Today, more and more people, I'm going to talk based on the career I am pursuing, the career I am reading for, journalism. These days, we are no longer being gauged according to how many papers we have, how many certificates we have.
True,
People are not being
true.
employed because of I have a master's or PhD in media studies or PR or something like that. People are being chosen from TV
True.
because they have a lot of following
Yeah.
on social media, and that will bring to the media house a certain type of fame or more people to listen to, larger audiences. So people are being chosen because they have a certain following, and that following will in turn into revenue for that media company.
True.
And they feel like they're more energetic. You know, these days journalism is going more into a hype
Yeah.
more than professionalism.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
And also I think putting that aside, you'll find that most of the people who are, let's say, especially how you're talking about journalism, most of those people who are working in these media houses, they've not probably pursued communication as a course.
Yeah.
They are probably chosen by numbers, skills, talents, and
Looks. Let's
and-
not forget looks.
yeah,
Looks is the most important right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you'll find you've completed your 4 years, you've done so well, but yeah, you go to that job and they'll be like, no, you can't apply right now. Wait for another 10 years so that someone can retire, so that you can, come
Yeah.
in. And what happens in 10 years? You've aged. Probably they won't pick you because you don't look pretty enough, or you don't look beautiful enough,
Or you're not trendy enough.
or you're not trendy enough. So this also poses another question: should we focus more on skills and talents other than go to the 4 years 844 system, or whatever system that you've chosen, so that you can dive into that career path that you want to take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some of you guys are thinking, well, it's true, but somehow we people who are still studying in school for certain careers somehow get the job through our papers.
Yeah.
But Mimo, I know you have had a personal experience with this, looking for a job
Exactly.
in a media house.
Yeah, like there was this time I was talking to someone on phone. So they were telling me, I was telling them how I wouldn't mind doing anchoring, because it's part of what I've studied. But they were like, no, achana na anchoring, iyo inafanyangwa tu na brands. So I was like, what do you mean it's done by brands? Does it mean that some of us who have gone to school and the only thing that we're really good and passionate about is probably that anchoring, and you're telling me we can't do it because it's only done by brands? What happens to the rest of us? Tutakuwa tuna forget Nairobi because we can't continue with our careers because someone else who has a following took the job, or who is a brand took the job.
It wastes a lot of money, because college is a lot of money.
Exactly.
A lot of money. People incur debts right now. Help is looking for people who haven't paid their debts. We are struggling out here, and to tell us that we have studied all these years, but you're still going to look for someone like Vera Sidika, someone like Dr. Foneke. No disrespect, you guys are awesome, but still, honestly, you should try and see that other side. And I know it's a great discouragement for all the people out there looking to get a job through their papers.
Exactly.
And it's so unfair right now. But also I blame institutions, because we are still being taught the same thing,
that you have to get somewhere through a connection,
also,
and not through your papers.
It's a matter of you just getting to know who was the pioneer of let's just say radio. Leonardo. Okay, in other words, we are just taught about the history, how maybe radio came. I'm talking about a lot about TV and radio and journalism, because that's mostly what I know. But I've noticed that we are being taught to cram and regurgitate the same thing. We have been taught about the history. We have been taught about how we should write exactly what we see in the book, how we should get information exclusively from books that were written in the past, not knowing that these days everything has gone online. We are getting more advanced updates about the trends, the technology that's going on, all that online. And
plus, it's not only about copy and pasting. It's also about what can, apart from your copy and pasting or what you've studied in class, what other thing can you bring to the table? And like I think also with this type of culture where you're teaching people that for example, like how I said, you have to like get something through a connection. It's not, I haven't seen that only in probably my probably like communication and journalism. It's also in business. Like you'll find you'll go to a job place, and then they'll be like, nani amekutuma? And if you haven't been sent by someone who's in probably high places, or someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, you'll probably not get a job,
it's true.
And I think that's also part of
the reason. It's true. It's tough, and I know a lot of us young people who are still in school right now, don't get discouraged, because I know some of you guys are still in school, and I know you're thinking, you know what, let me just drop out. Your parents have paid 2 months school fees for you to start thinking of dropping out. Please stay in school. But I still have a problem, and I know it's going to be a long shot for the government to try and switch it up. They're trying, but it's been met with a lot of resistance from teachers, because they've not been trained with this new system. But I feel like we should now move towards practicality than theoretical thinking. We should allow students we should allow people to be able to discuss and peek into the minds of each and every individual, because we are all unique, and we have come into the age of creativity. It's no longer someone having a PhD in knowing how to read a whole book and writing a research paper.
True.
It's more about changing the world, trying to think differently, and creatives do that. But we are stopped, we are discouraged by this very fact that even though I'll study this much, even though I will be able to get A's in everything, I will still be under that person who has 1.4 million views and who would start their own TV show. So I get discouraged. And it's not right. We should get people to encourage that movement of people becoming more equipped with better skills to appeal to their audiences, even though you don't have those 1.4 million views, or followers. Yeah.
I also think we should have a culture of supporting
True,
people.
yes. Yeah.
Because I think with that you'll all grow. I might not have that much of a following, but I might have this skill of probably camera work, or I might be very good at financing, I might be very good at so many things, but the fact that you'll get to utapata your opportunity, so you'll go there, work hard on your opportunity, forget that there's someone else who needs the same opportunity, someone else to believe in you the way that someone else believed in you. So I think helping each other grow is also a very big factor, because you'll find, that's why you'll find that most people, you've completed your 4 years or even gotten a master's, but you'll decide that you'll not even continue with what you've studied, because there's so much that is going on around that career path, and you'll decide, well, I can do this other thing, which is also a good thing, but then you'll find that you've lost your 4 years of studying, because someone else decided to take the chance that you would have also had it. And I also think that you should have equal spaces. I know it's a hard
non-biased.
It's a hard task, I know, because there's the mindset that brands should take the lead, but equal chances to everyone will mean equal opportunities, will mean also growth for these people. These people may not even decide to work in that place for a while. They may decide to get the experience there, decide to start their own farms, media houses, creative spaces, So equal chances also helps other people to grow.
It's true. And it's such a it's so sad the way things are going, especially now in Kenya, because we have grown under the very strict, very conservative African culture, where people don't really believe in creativity. They believe in work in an office, get that money, but I feel it's fueled by the fact that we are still a very poor, still developing country, and you need to survive, so you need to get that good paying job. So people are not really seeing, by people I mean the older generation, they're not seeing this as something that could really help people. So they still take their children to college, and they go through the same system, and they wonder why when we come out we are not getting jobs. Because the main institution you have taken us into is not really cultivating our talents. They are making us regurgitate what we have taken in. And I have a personal experience with that. I came into realization about this fact last week when I was finishing my last class before exam time. We were doing a presentation. It was a class for interviewing. It was a theoretical class, but the teacher allowed us to do a presentation about a certain topic. And after we had done our presentation, we were listening to now the next group. And after that, the lecturer had these questions for us, and he asked me, what do you understand by the word counseling? Because it was a topic about counseling interviews. And to be honest, I wasn't really listening in that class. It was 1 o'clock. I was hungry. Nanusa nyama choma nje. I'm so hungry I can't concentrate, but you know what, counseling is not something hard. So I just said what I knew, and I was like, to my understanding, this and this is counseling. Then the lecturer was like, but that's not what he said. That's not what he said, but please just continue. So I was like, yeah, so as to my understanding, this and this is counseling, this is what it means. But the lecturer was like trying to say, no, you need to say exactly what he said. So I was like, why? This is how I understand it. It should not have to be exactly as the book says. And that's a big problem. We are making mistakes and we are being punished for those mistakes. We are not, the lecturers or the people are not really trying to pick our minds and trying to see the other side of things. How am I thinking? Is this a better way than what I was thinking? No, we must write exactly what is in the book. Otherwise, it's wrong. The only person who's right is that author. Because he has what? A master's in something? Really? No, it shouldn't be the case.
What makes... okay. It's more of... I understand what you're saying. It's more of... So, if this author said this, why can't I say it why can't I say it differently? Don't I want to also be an author?
Exactly. But then more and more people are becoming authors even without that master's.
Exactly.
And people are reading their books, by the way, more than the ones which are collecting dust in the shelves about, I don't know, history of this and that.
Sure.
So I feel like there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to new thinking, because people are they're used to something. So if I'm used to something, why try something different? If it's always worked that way, why should I change? So
also I think, like, how don't you wonder why most of the people who go to campus don't end up doing the career jobs that they're doing?
Yes,
because of this culture. This culture has taught us that you're forced into a career that you don't like, because apparently there's someone who's gonna give you a job somewhere, your uncle, your aunt, your grandmother. You're gonna inherit a business, a business which was run by the family or something. So you're doing something that you don't like. You'll probably not even do it after you've completed your degree. You'll probably end up doing something totally different. Like, you may do a business degree but end up doing music.
True.
So I think it's also because of this culture. They're like, why are you forcing me to do this while I can do something else differently and perfectly?
And while you were speaking about that, I remembered I have had an encounter with a street boy. He's actually grown up. He's about 26. And I met him on several occasions when I was walking to work some time back. And he seemed very learned by his English. He looked very clean. He wasn't taking drugs. Like the way we meet some street boys who are just like gone. But this one was so articulate in his talking. I was wondering, every time I walk to work, I always meet this guy, and he seems to want to talk to me. So one day I decided to sit him down and ask him, why are you here? And did you go to school? That guy shocked me. He's actually been to school. He's Ugandan. He's half Ugandan, half Luya. So he's been to school. He's actually gotten a degree in law. He has papers. And I asked him, why aren't you working? I don't like sitting in an office doing nothing. I just went to school because my parents told me to. I'd rather go out and travel. Go travel and see the world and enjoy myself. But you see, this guy through all that push and pull with his parents, he got tired and just probably even ran away from home and decided, you know what, I'm going to rebel against everything, and I'm just going to beg on the streets. And it was so sad because this guy was so, he looks very intelligent, but just by the fact that I have to do this degree because my parents want to, and so because it earns money.
The degree for the folks.
And it's so sad. Yeah. You get so frustrated. You know what? You do the degree and you just give the papers. Here, Dad, this is you. I'm going to do me now. Yeah. And it's not. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. You should be able to travel and probably make a career out of that. Who knows? You could be a travel guide.
True. You know? And you could be very good at it.
Or a photographer, travel photographer, or something else. You never know, and it still earns you money as long as you love what you're doing. Yeah. So it's very sad. It is.
I think as we talk about this, it gives us more a wide scope of what exactly is happening to our society nowadays. Because like I said, if you're focusing more on brands and not more on, if you're focusing more on brands and following and looks and all these things, then what happens to these other people who have struggled, gone through the 4 years, struggle in school,
learning the mini history, whatever, Shakespeare,
what happens
and
to
stuff. These people? It's especially it's a dance. It's a risk taking even these people who have followers, people who haven't studied this and gone through this, because these people are more trendy people and they are known to do their own things, and I'm trying to go around using bad words for them, but they can get caught in a scandal, and then you as the producer, you're remaining there like, oh, not like anyone else can get into a scandal. I'm just saying these people are more prone into getting into scandals and all that, and it's a bad picture for your media house. Why would you risk that? All because of clout? Other than going for someone who understands the codes of journalism or the codes of
business
and
anything.
It's, I guess that's how it is now. It's not bad, by the way. Honestly, it's a fun life to live. Being trendy and all that, socialites and all that. But at the same time, when you look back at it, it's not something you really want to dabble in.
And at the end of the day, we're not like we're not talking about not looking at the following or not looking at these people who are doing so well. The point is equal chances should be given to everyone. If you have what it takes to do the same job this person with the following is doing, then
give them a chance.
Give them a chance. Decide to give them a chance. Open that window for them. You never know, maybe they might have a possible wide following as well, and they might do whatever you want. I mean, it's a matter of just taking a risk with this other person and showing them that they can also do well, and just believing in them, because that's why you'll find most people who are doing so well, or people who have not been given these opportunities, some of them turn into things like alcohol, drugs, they give up so easily. They turn
mental
into,
health
exactly, mental
compromised.
Exactly. So just to avoid all these things that are happening in our society, you've noticed how many people are killing themselves nowadays.
Hey man,
mental health is a very big, and
depression is a big thing now.
Exactly, and I think we should talk about that in another conversation or in another forum. But possibly like what we're just saying is just give them a chance, believe in them as well, and at the end of the day, everyone will gain, everyone will grow.
Just give them a chance is what we're trying to say.
Just give everyone a chance,
because unemployment is real.
Exactly.
And it's depressing. People have the skills, but they're just, how many people are out there? There was once that people what was her name, Lucy Kibaki was saying those people in Mathare should not be in Mathare. These people outside should be the ones in Mathare. Why? Because the people in there are so intelligent and they are so sane, but because society does not want to think outside there,
Yeah.
does not want to hear them out, wanawatupa tu hapo.
Yeah.
Really, it's it's a sad truth, man, and
Yeah,
it's not right.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah, what do you guys think, honestly? Because
Yeah.
maybe we're just being biased, we're wrong, but I know you guys have experiences, especially you guys, you creatives.
Yeah. Young people.
Young people.
Yeah.
Like,
And you see, like, young people are the ones who are having so many cons in this world. Like, they're going through so much. They're being forced to grow up so much or so early. They lose it at some age because of having to give up so much while they're getting nothing.
Yeah.
So if you guys think we should have a discussion more on this topic, then you could let us know.
Let us know,
if you have
yeah.
any feedback, anything you'd want us to talk about, then also let us know, because I also think this topic is not over.
It's never over.
Yeah, it's
as long
never
as these
over.
institutions are teaching the same thing, as long as
Exactly.
people are being chosen by brands instead of, it's never gonna be over.
Yeah.
And
We should talk more about this, and like, you can always follow us in all our platforms and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a Twitter account now.
Oh, yes.
We are slowly coming up. Sorry for the delay. I know we've been asking you to tell us what you think without having a platform. We are sorry.
But we're here now.
But now we have it. It'll be on our Instagram, the new Twitter handle. We'll communicate with you on our social platform now on Instagram.
Exactly.
And yeah, let us get to talking.
Yeah.
You creatives especially, tell us what you think. Is it worth it? Have you guys benefited from going to college? If you have, please tell us so that we can share with other people so that they cannot get discouraged. Thank you guys. That's it for now.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to us. It has been great talking to you.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Always
Yeah.
a pleasure talking to you
Always
guys.
a pleasure.
Yeah.
Keep drinking water, hydrate. We don't want you
Please.
guys dying on us over here, though it's a bit extreme, but you get the point.
Yeah.
The rains will come soon. We shall keep
In
on
April.
praying.
You guys start getting warm clothes.
Yeah, we should. By then, right now they're cheap right now,
Exactly.
right?
Get them.
Yeah, you guys should hydrate, keep healthy, keep hoping. I hope we're not boring you. But thank you again. Thank you for listening to our podcast. That has been it from us, and good afternoon, good night, depending on the time you're listening.
Good morning.
Good morning, yes, that too.
I hope we make your day.
It's been real.
But I can't say I don't feel knocked down many times, but never stay down. They should have let me play my heart up when I was a kid. Peace of mind and happiness is what I really need. Thin line between the real and the fake. I'm walking on a tightrope just